Hi, welcome. My name is Dr. Norm McVeigh, and this is a energy tapping session. And I've practiced energy psychology for about 35 years now, and I'd like you to experience some advanced technologies here in energy tapping. I'm also the author of the book Coherent Coaching, which is the use of tapping, energy tapping, and how to increase your ability by 100 times in terms of delivering sessions. I've been training practitioners now since 1968, and I've trained therapists and psychologists, medical doctors and such in graduate school in the use of biofeedback and therapy and energy psychology work. These programs are encoded with white light, which is an energy field we've developed using sacred geometry, and you might find that it helps release these incidents a lot more quickly. Really happy to have you here today. And you can put your left hand on top of the speaker to get the energy field coming up through your left arm. And just say after me, repeat after me, or you can repeat after me while tapping the energy points that I'm tapping. Either one will work just fine. And you'll get the idea how this works. And before we actually do the session, I'd like you to agree that you're totally 100% responsible for the session. Neither praise nor blame. That you're 100% responsible for no matter how or what comes up or how it works for you or doesn't work for you. In that context, we can continue. And if you can't make that agreement, please sign off now. And that you're still here indicates you've made that agreement, and I take you at your word. So here we are, and this is a session here, and I have a number of these on YouTube and also on my website, Coherent Coaching Institute, and then also on pranahai.com is also some of my books, actually maybe even free, of some of my initial research in quantum physics with this work. I also want to thank Scott Borders for his work in putting these up and on YouTube, and also his editing, and also many other abilities and skills of his. Just a phenomenal work of his. So this session is on self-depreciation. It's a very popular topic because it's a very popular practice to depreciate or make less of yourself. And this session here is about releasing the pattern of making less of yourself. We want to get down to core and where you first got the idea from that it was an okay and good thing to make less of yourself, to depreciate or reduce down your abilities and skills and your beingness and the quality of your life and the quality of who you are. Where'd you get this habit from? Okay, we're going to dig for it. So let's start off with psychological reversal. Okay? I know I affirm my limitations, but I still love and respect myself. Okay? I know I fuel myself having a low self-image, but I still care deeply about myself and want to get on with it. All right? I know I dwell on past mistakes, but I forgive myself. All right, let's get this. That's more of the setup. Let's go to the psychological reversal. I depreciate myself. I admit it. Okay, and I'm just going to work the whole body and get the energy flowing with this one here, okay? You can tap where I'm tapping. There's also a spot underneath the nipples you won't see on the camera, but that's where I tap sometimes if you see my hands going like this. Okay, so I know I depreciate myself. I have a habit of making less of myself. And repeat after me, please, each one. I know I spend a lot of time rehashing my past. And when I do that, I come up as some kind of a villain in my life. Somewhere in the past, I have learned that making less of myself is the right thing to do. Must be some payoff I'm getting. Someone taught me this. I've imprinted this as a skill. I don't know where it comes from, but I'd sure like to let go of it. Or would I? It's my identity. I've made less of myself and reduced my abilities and my willingnesses and my skills for so long that I don't know, truthfully, how I'd live without it. It's almost my self-nature. It's what I do best sometimes. But this is holding me back. This behavior is holding me back from getting what I want in life. And it's time to reevaluate this. I keep referencing the future and the present from my past, like the past is going to reoccur. And I hold myself not responsible, but I hold myself to blame for my past. I did it, and I hold myself in the condition of wrong. And in that condition of wrong, nothing's going to turn out. I blame myself. I dwell on past mistakes. I rehash the past. I continually rehash the past, and then I rehash the past some more. All without tapping or doing any kind of a release with it, just to make it more solid, to make myself more guilty. And I consider this to be a very unfortunate practice of mine. I blame myself, I shame myself, and then I doubt myself. Gee, I wonder why I doubt myself. I've been conditioning myself for all this time. No wonder why I have doubts about my abilities. I'm Pavlov's dog barking away every time that food shows up. And this is a behavior I want to think about. Maybe even do more than that. Because it's holding me back. When other people criticize me, make less of me, depreciate me, they're just joining in the fun. They're just doing and taking over from me the job title of self-depreciator that I've carried on since my childhood. I can't blame them for doing to me what I do to myself. How can I? How can I? I've trained them and shown them that I'm kind of not worth that much. They've taken the cues. They've joined in the fun at my expense. They're only doing to me what I've done to myself. And I take it from them like I take it from myself. And if I want to stop taking it from them, I know you can fill in the blank here, I've got to stop taking it from myself. And to do that, I've got to stop doing it to myself. It's not even stop, it's just cease creating. Stop is when I'm doing something and then I halt it. Creates a negative mental energy. I just want to cease, I want to discreate the pattern. I want to discreate depreciating myself, my ability, and my well-being. I want to cease, and I choose to cease regretting my past. If I'm holding my past responsible for my depreciative actions, then I want to cease regretting the past, because the past is full of me depreciating myself. And in the moment, I'm tapping on releasing that behavior. And I really want to release it. It's like a plague. It's one of the great American plagues is self-depreciation. It's worldwide too. It's gone viral. And I'm not going to join in it anymore. I'm going to cease feeding that negative self-image and see if it just turns around. I also choose to let go of telling negative stories about myself. They're no good. They do no result. All they do is cement me in my past. Now I want to move on. They're punishing, they lack rapport, they kill spontaneity, they make me feel really, really thick and solid. And I forgive myself for my self-depreciating attitude. And I also forgive anybody that's joined in on me, because I know I've only been coaching them to do that. I know they've taken their instructions very well from me. They've seen what I do. I live in my speech. I live in my communication. And if my communication is free of self-depreciation, then that pattern will be released. because I just won't feed it anymore. I'm putting my good energy on top of bad energy. It's like investing in a bad company. It's like throwing more and more money down a rat hole, going nowhere. And I want to go somewhere, and I've got goals. So I choose to have a much better quality in my life. And I cease and discreate covertly trying to hurt myself in thought, word, and deed. I speak of myself, and I choose to speak of myself in the highest of qualities. I'm starting anew. And I'm starting right now to live in the now and appreciate who I really am. And I choose to appreciate who I really am. I choose to recognize myself as a very competent individual. I choose to love myself. I choose to reach for the highest ideals. And I choose to let go of anything about the past that makes me show up as less than. And I let go of talking about and thinking about situations that make me look wrong. I'm just really happy with myself, and I choose from this moment forward to go about life with appreciating myself to the fullest extent. Thanks for doing the session with me here. Come back and re-experience this numerous times. I really appreciate your willingness to go for it. It takes a lot of courage, but it's sure, nothing's better than having your life turn out. And it can turn out big time, and it will. Just keep on working. And I have many videos here on YouTube and at my website, coherentcoachinginstitute.com. Come visit me often. And my book, Coherent Coaching, is available. And again, thank you for this, and keep on tapping. And I toast to your results. You really got a lot of courage. See you next session.